This was the craziest women's 100 backstroke in recent history. 3 world record holders, the 3 fastest backstroke swimmers in history, right next to each other. This was the pinnacle of the new era of backstroke that started 2 Olympic Games ago in 2016. 58.12 was the world record set by Gemma Spofford of Great Britain. That was with the supersuit in 2009. 7 years passed and no one could break it. Missy Franklin and Emily Seebohm got close to it, but the record seemed to always get away. At 19 years of age in 2016, Kylie Masse got 3rd at the Olympics. And just 1 year later, she finally broke the longest standing women's world record with a time of 58.10. She became the first Canadian female swimmer to win a world title. She defended her title 2 years later in 2019. But just a few days later, Regan Smith broke the world record of the 100 backstroke when she opened the 400 medley relay. She instantly became the favorite to win at the Olympics in 2020. But the Olympics got postponed. No one had a chance to compete at a real competitive swim meet that year, and the momentum of Regan Smith had started weighing down. Around the time that the Olympics were supposed to happen, McKeown's dad passed away. She said, "It was hard for me being a young adult seeing my dad really struggle, but it was extra motivation." With a new tattoo on her right foot, it seemed like McKeown acquired new strength and speed. Before the Olympics, at the Australian Olympic Trials, McKeown broke Regan Smith's world record. Three recent world record holders were each carrying their struggles and expectations of 3 different nations on their shoulders. At the Olympics, Smith broke the Olympic record and qualified for the final in pole position, followed closely by Masse and then McKeown. You could feel the tension in the air. Smith said that pre-race anxiety was through the roof. The expectations placed on her were too much to handle, especially after breaking the world record. Lanes 3, 4, and 5, the middle of the pool. Smith with her 2 biggest rivals on each side and able to watch both of them on the corner of her eyes. You can see in lane 8, Gorbenko with a nose clip. The 3 swimmers in the middle do not have nose clips, and I think this little piece of equipment made the difference at the end. It was Masse who took the early lead, going out faster than the world record pace. Smith was the one that stood underwater the longest, but she still managed to get more strokes than Masse or McKeown. Her tempo is the quickest out of the 3, but the other 2 catch water more efficiently. According to Google, she is the shortest out of the 3, and although that is not necessarily the decisive factor of how fast you should move your arms, it does have an influence. Wingspan and hand sizes are probably more important, but strength and flexibility are also an indication. The 3 of them know exactly how fast to move their arms in order to maximize their speed, but it is what happened underwater that concerns me. Smith is always the one that stays the longest on the water, and with a good reason. She has the best underwater out of the 3, but McKeown has a backstroke lip. She can cover her nose with her upper lip like this. This ensures that no water gets up her nose. Smith is forced to blow bubbles out of her nose to keep water out. This also helps to reduce her carbon dioxide a little bit and maybe helps her stay a little bit underwater by being less buoyant. But this is a mistake. By letting air out, she also reduces the compression of her core, and her dolphin kicks are not as powerful as they could be. And also, more air in her lungs would mean more potential energy carrying her up and forward like a balloon escaping the pressure of the water. By using a nose clip, very little would have changed in her race, but it might have made the difference. Even with her super fast tempo, Smith couldn't catch up. McKeown won the first and the most meaningful round these 3 have had ever since. Then, during the 400 medley relay, it was Masse who got first and won the second round. A year later, in 2022, it was Smith who won the title, and the third round. McKeown didn't swim this round. In the medley relay, it was Masse who won the fourth round. In 2023, McKeown won for the fifth round, silver for Smith, and Masse missed the podium for the first time in 8 years. In the medley relay, it was Smith winning the sixth round, then McKeown, and then Masse. We will see the 7th and 8th rounds of this 100 backstroke epic battle this summer. These will probably be the 58 most suspenseful seconds of swimming in Paris. Will Smith make American swimming great again? Or will Masse finally take an Olympic gold? McKeown is still the favorite since she broke the world record again last year. But we never know. If you want to see how good of a swimmer you can become, I recommend watching this video next. See you there. Swim fast.